Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of Psycho's Platters, always powered by coffee, each and every time. That is the mighty Psycho promise. Has been for many years now. So, I titled this "So It Goes." My life has thrown a lot of curveballs lately at me. I want to state, firstly, right off the bat, that today I officially found out the first set of my heart tests were okay. So we're done with the first set. I took the second test this afternoon. We shall see how that goes. Because the results I got were the nuclear stress test. Turned out I'm fine. Ended up having an echocardiogram is what I had today. If that test goes well, then we proceed. We get to try to get off of these crutches. Ladies and gentlemen, I will be in Springfield, Missouri from the 19th to the 26th of September with surgery on the 21st to get a new titanium knee. That's right. And maybe I'll feel like a new man again. That'd be nice because I've been feeling really old. The 6 of you that are in here, do you feel old sometimes? Excuse me, 8 people. Do you feel old sometimes? Because I do. At the end of the month, I'll be 56. On the 27th, I'll be 56 years old. Some days, you add a 0 to that, right? So basically, before I get into anything, if you will, this show is dedicated. See if I can get all the names right, because there's 6 of them, ladies and gentlemen, 6. So we start off by, in tribute, Mr. Fred Glickstein, guitarist of The Flock. Maris, thank you. Yeah, that's right. We can rebuild him. We have the technology. I wonder, though, if I were to jump at the one good leg, would it go... I always wanted that. I would love to be able to run. I can't run anymore. But you know what? Seriously? When I do get this new knee and get rehabbed, I'm going to go do something I haven't done in 20 years. Play golf. Yeah, I was an okay golfer. Now, I didn't suck. I wasn't great. I used to go with my dad, though. You see what I'm saying? And it was like bonding time, okay? My oldest kid, he golfs. I'd like to get my 29-year-old son in on this, too. Maybe I will. But I'm going to start out light. We got a driving range not too far from here. And hopefully Psycho can still hit the golf ball without hitting somebody else. That happened to me once when I was a little kid. Seriously. The guy didn't yell 4. I could not get over how a golf ball could bounce off someone's head because my dad said that thing hit my head and went up at least 10 feet. I'm going, good Lord. Thank you. Thank you. I'm serious, guys. Thank you very much. Honestly, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. Now, I don't know about you. I think they played the single this afternoon on the Eagle, which is an iHeartRadio. I hate corporate, but I think they played. Now, maybe somebody out there will correct me or tell me. Either the song is called Angry or Don't Get Angry at Me. Decent song. I heard some good things. My wife's boyfriend got a new knee as well. Huge difference for the better of cost. That's what I'm hoping for. Thank you for that. Because believe you me, I need, see, everybody greet everybody here. This is very, very awesome. So, golfing, hopefully. You're going to play golf and you're going to like it. So that's it. Thank you. If you guys have not heard the new Rolling Stones song, Angry, go check it out because I cranked that radio up because I'm going, well, wait a minute. This is what new? This is new. I've never heard this before. Yeah, I turned it up. So Angry, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I'm an old codger some days. It's also a great song by the Stranglers. You know what? Just love the Stranglers, my late wife. Thank you so much. Seriously. So, okay, let me stay focused for a second. So we had Fred Glickstein, guitarist of the Flock. Okay. Then we had Jimmy Buffett. You know, maybe he'll find that Lost Shaker of Salt up there. Maybe, not so sure. So Fred Glickstein, Jimmy Buffett. Then, between an acquaintance and a friend, okay, if you're in the New York State area, Jack Lipton from the Penetrators passed away this week. And I got to know Jack some, okay. I reviewed a Penetrators record. You'd have to go way back in the archives to see the review. It was just a new 45, because they still like putting out vinyl. But yeah, I think it was Cancer. I think I could be wrong on that. So okay, so we got and then Steve Harwell from Smash Mouth. Okay, but I didn't know this until I read the Wiki article. Yeah, I read Wiki. That he left in 2021 with the band, but he started having health issues that year. So I don't know, but so I'll tell you this: every time, because where I work, there always seems to be a Smash Mouth tune on, and it's usually All Star. But I changed the lyrics to, "Hey now, you're a porn star, you got to get laid." I sing it to myself, which is funny to me anyway. It's funny to me. So Steve, Larry Chance from the Earls. That's a doo-wop group from the 50s, 60s. And then lastly, Gary Wright, Mr. Dreamweaver himself, dead at the age of 80. I guess it was either dementia or Alzheimer's. I'm not sure which, but it had to do with that. He was dealing with that for 2 years. And I said to myself, wow, that might be the reason why we haven't heard from him, because the last thing that Gary Wright did, and I have to get this, I cannot remember. Anybody in the Peanut Gallery can give me the title of that album so I could jot it down. The last Gary Wright CD that came out, George Harrison's on it. This is, of course, old archive recordings. If I remember correctly, it even could go back to the 70s, early 70s, when okay, I hope I get this right, Wonder Wheel, that was Gary Wright's thing, between Spooky Tooth and then Spooky Tooth coming back, and then his solo career. So, all 6 of them, unfortunately, passed in the last week. I'm telling you, we're losing our people. We're losing all of our people, and it's not cool. There's a video. Oh, I'm going to have to check that out. Thank you. Seriously. And see, people are digging the new Stones tune. Yeah, I am. It's, oh, God. Hackney, whatever. That's a strange title. I'm guessing here that has to do with something maybe from Mick and Keith's childhood. Hackney? Did they grow up near Hackney? I don't know. I love the Stones. Oh, okay. I'll have to, like I said, after I get off of here, I'll check that out. I said get off. Never mind. But I'm glad to have everybody here. I do actually have some vinyl finds. I do. But quickly, please, and thank you. We're going to do a commercial for the 11 people that are here. I am so amazed at the VC. I am amazed at you people. And yes, I said you people. Out there in the great ethereal beyond, known as YouTube. I have had such love from you people, such positive suggestions, recommendations for my series, Jukebox from Hell. And you know what? You guys never cease to amaze me, because I threw a curveball episode. I'm going to turn my little light on here. Turn on your heart light. No, I fucking hate that song. There you go. I'm illuminated now. Sun's going down a lot sooner. That's how I know that we're getting the fall now. I'd rather hear Turn On Your Love Light. That was always an excellent song. So, you guys surprised me. My latest episode of Jukebox from Hell, The Village People's Renaissance. This is now the #1 watched jukebox video of the season. It just beat out the Monkees. Go figure. I could not get over this. Seriously. Almost 200 views. Almost 200 views in 3 days. And to me, that's something, okay? Seriously. You guys always amaze me with all that music knowledge. Believe it or not, I was never that curious to dissect all there is to know about bands and such. Listening is what I do best. And you know what, Maris? That's totally cool. The problem is, for me anyway, I have been like this since about 9-10 years old. I soak up stuff like a musical sponge. If it wasn't reading album liner notes, it was reading magazines like Hit Parader, Cream, Kerrang! I know I'm missing out Rolling Stone back when it was good. All that stuff. So I'd keep up on that. And then there was books. I at one time or another, because the internet has kind of made these books kind of outdated, but I had that big kind of thick Rolling Stones. They did a couple revised editions over the years of rock and roll, and it'd go A to Z, and I loved it. So back to this. So Village People, you guys amazed the hell out of me. Season ending, episode 20 of Jukebox from Hell will be shot this weekend. Not the record. Blue Oyster Cult's Imaginos from 1988. I'm telling you, this is a surprise. I love Blue Oyster Cult. I'd always be dancing in the ruins with the shooting shark, watching Godzilla, not fearing the reap. Yeah, I think I told you guys before that when the cult, the Jehovah or the Mormons, would go, and I'd open the door, go, "Oh hi, how are you?" I'd be all nice and everything. "Would you like to hear?" "No, but that's because I belong to a cult." And they'd look at me really, really weird. And I go, "Yeah, I belong to the cult of the Blue Oyster." I said, "We never fear the Reaper. We're always watching Godzilla movies, and we're burning for you. But have a nice day." And I close the door. I get them every time with that. Jukebox is a fun series. It's interesting to hear your views and reviews, man. We can tell your heart is in what you say. Nice job. Thank you. And you know what? That's the thing. I mean, I'm a middle-aged man. I'm going to be 56 at the end of the month, okay? And so the thing is here is that opinions and assholes, everyone's got one, okay? So, I mean, I know some people would be going, "That's not right, Psycho. I fucking hate that album." And you know what? That's your right. That's your right to hate it or dislike it or a little or it wasn't as great as you say. And that's fine. That's totally fine. It's just... I'm not really actually calling out anybody, but this was a curious suggestion from Doc Dacus, okay, and I'll mention this. He asked me because with Styx, it was in the Styx video in the comments for Serpent is Rising. He's like, "So is underrated albums criteria for Jukebox from Hell?" And I'm going, I explained this, and I'm sorry, once in a while I do this. So either to qualify into Jukebox from Hell listening and viewing, okay, either the critics hated the album, the fans hated the album, or it really didn't chart very well, okay? It's either one of those or all three. That can happen. And it can be for various reasons. And that's the fun part of the music research. That Village People, I dug deep into it best as I could, because there's not a lot of Village People information. There's not even a Facebook page for them, for example. Victor Willis, the cop, the original cop, he owns the trademark, the master recordings, and the song copyrights, but boy, did it take forever. But that's a music law class for itself for a different day. Thank you. So, and then the reason why I'm taking a break from Jukebox, you know, we're going to have a season 3, but that'll be in a few, you know, I think I'm looking at maybe maybe close to Thanksgiving. I'll give you guys holiday treats, and I'll do season 3. Oh, really? Really? So Bill Wyman shows up in it. That's nice. God, he's been, yeah, I don't understand. Were the Stones being douchey in regards to airbrushing Bill's face out? Yeah, I'm glad he played on a track that Charlie played on too. I am going to be curious though about, I mean, first I'm going to be curious about how many tracks Charlie's on this thing, okay? I heard that it could be at least half, and that's fine. I don't know if Steve Jordan, the tour drummer, drums the rest. I don't know, as long as it sounds good, right? But I'm going to be curious about the Paul Ringo stuff. Now, I'm led to believe that it's 1 to 2 tracks apiece for those guys. And one of them, they may be playing together. So you'll get your Rolling Beatles. See what I did there? Rolling Beatles. So, yeah, I'm going to have to check out that angry music video. And, yeah, Bill Wyman, you know, he just didn't want, you know, he didn't want to deal with it anymore. He didn't want to deal with the grind. At least he finished off on a great album, Steel Wheels, and then Flashpoint, of course, technically is like really the last things that Bill does, if I remember correctly. Or I think Bill does one track, and I think Keith does bass on the other one, the 2 new tracks that were on the 92 Flashpoint. But, you know, that's one record I never bought or listened to be honest with you. I don't know if it's any good or not, Flashpoint. Charlie plays on 2 tracks. Oh, just 2? See, over the years, they said that they had a whole. Okay, this is what I heard, Morton, and maybe they're gonna put the other Charlie track somewhere else. The one called So Okay. Well, you know, I'm gonna be very excited on all of this. Does anybody know of a release date for whatever the title name is, please? I'm not really with it today. I'm sorry. Oh, dear God. I would love to if I could find a copy. I know about Flash Fearless, but you see, and it has to do because of Jim Dandy. That's right. I didn't know Alice was on there. I gotta find that comp. So it goes, and where it's going, no one. That's right, Blockhead. That's absolutely right. Because I got ADD, ADHD, God knows what, powered by this. Which today I'll let you know, I got it on clearance at CVS, Seattle's best. I don't know. It's okay. I just got done. I had a whole bag found for $1.50. When you can get coffee at that cheap of prices in 2023, that's a damn bargain. Needless to say, I have a coffee grinder that I only paid $3, so they'll put the whole bean on clearance. And nobody will buy it. Bill got himself a family and also didn't have to fly. Exactly. And you know what, Bill Wyman and the Rhythm Kings? Awesome shit there. Thank you. Oh, Psycho's going to have to do a review. I am going to have to do as you guys noticed, and I apologize, I haven't done any new CD reviews lately. I don't have very much to review. I do have a couple things in the queue, but the Stones, I'm going to have to get it. That's it. Thank you. Hackney Diamonds. October 20th. Yeah. Yeah. See, that's like what? A little over a month. Hell yeah. That'll be nice. That'll be a nice early Halloween-y present. See what they did when they airbrushed Bill's faces. They still. What? Oh, that's rude. That's just rude. Yes. Yes, let's see. Let me write this down before I forget. I'm gonna look that up again. Flash Fearless. Flash Fearless. and Zorgwood. Okay. I thought the title was a Nick Lowe reference. Oh, yeah, I get it now. Yeah, no, you know what? The reason why I put So It Goes was just because I was in a melancholy, contemplative mood. So yeah, new Stones in 2023. How nice. I mean, The Blue and Lonesome was an excellent album, which that's another one I heard that Charlie was alive and the band almost had enough for a volume 2. Of Blue and Lonesome. They put it out in 25 or something. But, you know, I mean, I know it's only the Mick Keith show here, but now, you know, but they've been together 60 years. 60 years. You can't say that about too many people. Speaking of Nick Lowe, though, Bach, I have something to show everyone here in a minute about Nick Lowe. Let's see here real quick. These are finds that I found in the last 2 weeks. So I found a BBC DVD, Later Even Louder. Later Even Louder, okay. Includes Green Day and The Cure interviews. Now, there's a lot of people on this damn thing. There is. This is courtesy of Warner Music Vision. But I'll just roll them off real quick here. Green Day, The Killers, Jane's Addiction, Kings of Leon, Interpol, John Cale, Metallica, The Distillers, Queens of the Stone Age, Primal Scream, Hole, Muse, The Dandy Warhols, The Hives, Yeah Yeah Yeahs, Electric Six, The Vines, Screaming Trees, Garbage, The Dotsons, The Bravery, PJ Harvey, Mercury Rev, John Spencer Blues Explosion, Jet, Alice in Chains, Desert Sessions featuring Josh Homme and PJ Harvey, Ash, Sonic Youth, The Cure, and Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. All on here. They each do a track apiece. So I can't wait to see this. Sorry, guys. Hang on a second. Yes. I wonder why she's asking that. Sorry, hang on. I apologize, guys, okay? I'm sorry for being rude. I'm not meaning to be rude. It's important. XGF here. She borrowed money from me, and she's the only one that's ever paid me back? Yeah, seriously. All right, let's get back to this. I'm sorry. You know what, though? Life just, for me, life doesn't stop. I don't know what I'm going to do when I get home after the surgery, okay? I mean, it's going to be weird. It's going to be very, very weird. Hackney Diamonds is all the broken car window glass you find on the street. Oh, okay. See, I never would have known that. That's cool. Heck, I'll mail you a dub, Paul. I have been meaning to say. Well, it's okay. I understand about being a slug. I'm a slug all the damn time. Scott Dog, I can't remember if you have my address or not. If you do, just whenever, please and thank you. That'll give me something to look forward to while I'm convalescing, because I'll be convalescing till at least November 13th. That's what I'm hearing. Then maybe I'll be back to work by then. That'd be nice. But if I haven't given you my address previously, email me, please, at all lowercase psycho, PSYKO _ DJ@yahoo.com. And I'll admit, I try to look at the emails every other day. After the surgery, yeah, that's right, see? But that's okay, because that just means I'll since I can't really go too many places. Maybe I'll order it online. Because I'm going to tell you, right around here, there's no brick and mortar that's going to have it. And that's sad. Thank you. Seriously. Okay. I found one book. Yeah. It's not autographed, though. I wish it was, but it could be really interesting. Larry Gatlin, All the Gold in California. The foreword's written by Johnny Cash. Hi, I'm Johnny Cash. But let's see if I can show you at least a good picture here. This came out in '98. The Gatlins were a very interesting group. How about, oh wow, okay. He was a member of the Imperials, maybe. And so there's, or the Imperials, the King, and Larry Gatlin. There's a picture I've never seen before. How about them apples? Also, my new gold mine came. Jethro Tull on the cover. Yes, Jethro Tull. Of course, it's Ian Anderson, you know, it's the only one that says, vocalist Ian Anderson and crew are up to more wonderfully folklorish deeds with the new album, Rock Flute with the umlauts. There's two umlauts this time. Of course, The Day of the Kings, 4 Seasons, Blood, Sweat, and Tears. In this issue, here, I'll show you a nice picture. Frankie, where's George when you need him? Frankie Valli and the 4 Seasons. George, if you don't know anything about this, there's an article of the 4 Seasons in the new summer issue. Yeah, I know, summer's almost over, but of Goldmine. And it was written by Ken Sharp. There's a nice picture of Frankie Valli and the 4 Seasons. That was the non-LP stuff. Excuse me. By the way, can somebody tell me, I'm just curious, is somebody else on tonight? Because I had a few people drop within a few minutes, unless they were just bored of me, which I can understand. So I'm just about done reading this. Well, it's new to me, okay? It was written a couple years ago. Called Freddie Mercury, Somebody to Love. I'm going to tell you, if you're a Queen fan, all right, if you're a Queen fan, get that book, okay? Freddie Mercury, Somebody to Love. It is, Queen is mentioned a lot in it, but this is a Freddie-centric book. I said Freddie-centric. But there's an interesting twist in this book, okay? And the twist, and we're not talking chubby checker, the twist in the book is you have a handful of chapters interspersed about really the history of AIDS. Seriously, the history of, at first it was like the history of homosexuality in the UK. They start with that chapter. But then there's the history of AIDS and how things, and basically, yeah, I get it. I get it. By the way, Maris, I saw your newest, what was it, the VC Tips short? You know what? I'm going to tell you something. I don't mind your stuff at all, okay? Let's see. I've seen yours. I've seen Davey Strange Names. I've seen, there's somebody else in the VC, too. And you know what? You got to be thick-skinned to be up on screen in the VC. Because if you can't be that, then don't be up. Don't be up. Just be in the peanut gallery. You know, you got to be thick-skinned. If you cannot take a few jabs and some humor. Now, the only line that we don't cross is when it involves family members, or it involves somebody being disrespectful, which I'm going to have to talk to somebody. Not you, Maris, it was somebody else. I received Jethro Tull's Heavy Horses, the 40th anniversary book today. Only not. Huh? Guy sent me wrong box. Ah, shit. He promised to travel into Oslo with the correct book. If it's cheaper than postage. It's hard. I want to visit and support all of you, but I get it. Oh, Maris, do I get it? I'm not kidding you guys. I think I am like, my subscription list is between 800 and 1,000 channels. I'm serious, because I love a lot of things. Music related, pop culture related, wrestling related, excuse me, biography stuff, old television things. I like a lot of stuff. So I don't always get to see everybody's stuff, and I feel bad about that, but like Mara said, you only have so much time. And the thing is, being that I'm 56, and all 5 of my kids live either in town or within 2 hours, okay? So the only one that I'm missing is my mom. I really wish my mom had moved down here, but she's not going to. Oh, no, I get it. I completely get it. Yeah, see, but that's the thing. I love, because I don't get to watch. Okay, this is not a secret. I think I told this to Rachel once. I think. You know, it's her channel. She can do whatever she damn wants, obviously. But it's like the minute that she talks about genealogy or war history, like aircraft, I'm like, I'm gone in 2 minutes, because I'm like, it just doesn't interest me. Now, the interview with Terry Draper from Plot 2, oh, that was a damn good interview. Seriously, that's stuff that I like. I like it when it's less political, you know, and stuff. No agendas. I don't have a damn agenda when I'm on here. I am out to have fun with you people. And I'm sorry, I know that I would love to invite people up, but obviously everyone's going to sound like a drive-through through Taco Bell until I can get a legitimate computer that I can go off and go back to having a panel again, because I miss having a panel. I really, really do. Yes, understood. I understand you, and you know what? I think I probably agree with you close to 100%. I am a rebel. I'm a rebel, Dottie. No, I'm a rebel in this VC because I am not aligned with anyone. Okay, I don't take anybody's side. I don't, because that's the way. You start taking a side, and there could be trouble. And you know what? The VC, I think you people will admit this, the VC is like junior high school all over again. And who really wants to fucking live through junior high? Mine wasn't so good. I'm subscribing to more and more VC channels for the music and limiting myself to Garage Geek. Oh yeah, and I am subscribed to some comic stuff too. Garage Geek's got an awesome channel too. I've seen a handful of his stuff. You gotta subscribe to get subscribed. And you know what? I'm less than 40 away from 1,000. Seriously. So if you haven't subbed, please do. We all know Paul's really excited for Dark Side. Thanks, Tom. Why can't Roger fucking Waters leave things alone? You know, is he always? Yeah, okay. Well, sometimes. Okay, it depends on who it is. I mean, like, okay. Remember when she interviewed me? And I didn't have my laptop. So I had this stupid tablet because for some reason I could not get it to sit that day. So I remember Frank's Music complained that he saw up my nose hairs, right? But I came back with, yeah, you know what? My dentist says the same damn thing. Because it's true. The waxed is a test to have to sit through. I don't love the waxed. I don't hate the waxed. I can barely tolerate the waxed. Barely. But that's my prerogative. If someone took the time to support your channel, it's only fair to do the same. At least that's just me. That is absolutely correct. Thank you. Thank you very much. And you know what? I had such fun reviewing that album and listening to it because I still in my damn head, don't sit down on the plexiglass toilet. I'm still singing that from time to time. I even sung it at work, and somebody's like, did you just say don't sit down on the plexiglass toilet? And I go, yeah, sing along with me. And my buddy's like, shit, I'm getting out of here. Oh yeah, I forgot that. See, Vinyl Gorilla, that last guy was pretty interesting. I think the best one yet. Because I had to, I've been having to do a lot of early errands, so I've only been able to watch a few minutes of every episode, so I need to watch it. Maybe I'm not big enough to admit that yet. But Vinyl Gorilla, your emoji, you're a big gorilla. I think you're big enough, just fine. That didn't sound right. Damn it, that didn't sound right. Oh well. On from 30 to 155 after I stepped in front of the camera, but it's slow. It is, but Morton, I saw one of your most recent ones. You know what? I've got shitty memory. I think I commented on it, though. I will tell you that. None that many Yank, Connect, or Brits in the VC. And yes, and I thank you, and like I said, I subbed you too. Gorilla, I'm glad you like that. You know I do this at work once in a while too. Only the people that I can get away with, because I work with coworkers that are like, that hurts my feelings. Well, guess what, bitch? I don't have any feelings. I didn't really say that, but I kind of wanted to. Don't sit down on the plexiglass toilet. You ever sat down on a toilet and somebody saran wrapped it? It's not a pretty sight. All right, you want to see some vinyl finds? I think maybe some people want to see some vinyl finds. Now, this first one is actually a repeat, but it's way long ago. Because my friend Doug Fields, the Vinyl Grotto, please sub to the Vinyl Grotto. He does have a YouTube channel. He's still working on things. And also, please subscribe to Tim's Thrifty Music, okay? These are two of my dearest friends. They have known me for 10 plus years. Tim's known me for over 20. And I just think they deserve some really cool channels. So, hi, John, by the way, welcome. So, this one here, I ended up getting this for a quarter. And I let Doug tape this. So this is from 1984. Now, Aladdin got bought out by EMI America here, okay? The West Coast Harmony Group's Dreamy Eyes. Here's the front, here's the back. A lot of cool liner notes. Now, on this thing, if you are into doo-wop, you got the Jayhawks, the Squires, the Aladdins, the Jivers, the Velvetones, the Jets, the Aladdins, the Feathers, Matt Burney and the Four Jacks, Patty Ann and the Flames, and believe it or not, there is 2 previously unreleased tracks. That's why I got this, because I love unreleased stuff, and it's 1955 unreleased. So it's really cheap, got it for a quarter. Dreamy Eyes, if you like good old school doo-wop, and I do. That is a fact. There's a few Danes. That guy I bought the JT record from has a VC channel with several thousand subscribers, it turned out. Oh. Guy seemed sincere and had some stories. Better than Hollywood waiter stories. Oh boy. Yeah. I get it. Take care, guys. Gotta put my pants on. Yes, sir. Good to see you here. Must take notes. There you go. All right. Let's see. So this next one. Let me get some more coffee. Don't disappear on me, all right? I'm just going to go right there to get some more coffee. And then I have more vinyl to show you guys. because Psycho Paul needs his coffee. I did not get to have any coffee this week, or today, due to having to have that echocardiogram. They would not allow me any caffeinated products for 24 hours or something like that. So I didn't have any coffee until literally when I came on here to film this show. How did I make it? How did I make it through the whole day? All right. This next one, Goodwill find. Oh, how are you? How you doing? We've been here for a wee bit, but I'm glad you're here. Another excellent channel, guys. Another excellent channel. You all have excellent channels here in the Peanut Gallery. So this next album that I picked up, never knew it existed. Okay, I mean, I really didn't. I just remember the 45. Okay. On MGM Sunflower Records, Daddy Dewdrop. Seriously, I did not. Now, as you can tell, it's not in the cover's not in the best of shape, but the vinyl is nice and minty. You know, anytime you have a black cover, it's going to be real hard to keep it clean. But so here's the front. All right, here's the back, and then let's see if I can do this. It's just in an old sleeve, but there's your Sunflower label. Okay, and the only other thing that I remember finding on Sunflower was it was called The Early Dead, and if I remember correctly, and if anybody's a deadhead, please correct me or say I'm right on this. The Early Dead stuff was demos, I think, when they were the Warlocks. I think that's what it was, or maybe they just turned into the Dead. It was like 65, 66. But you see, with this, you know, everybody knows Chicka-boom, chicka-boom, don't you just love it? And I love that fucking song. And the chick in the black bikini. Woo! Anyways, so finding this is really, really goofy. He does this is how do I explain this? There's a lot of goofy shit out here. 5-card stud, March of the White Corpuscles, Strike, John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. Yeah, you heard me right. Fox hunting on the weekend, digging on Mrs. Jones. This one I gotta listen to. Abracadabra Alakazam. That's gotta be real strange. Abracadabra Alakazam. No, we're not confusing the DeFranco family here. This was before then. Here's a good title. Johnny Do It Faster. Good thing it wasn't Dick Do It Faster. And then lastly, Migraine Headaches. And they really don't really describe who the hell's in this band. But Daddy Dewdrop, a Goodwill find. All right. Let's see here. Anybody like Renaissance? Renaissance. Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. You know, the other one, though, is... Oh, well, okay. Once again, Daddy Dewdrop is the name of the artist. It's a guy. It's one guy who, if I remember correctly, was a radio DJ at the time, under another name, of course, but Daddy Dewdrop. So Dewdrop in to Daddy Dewdrop. And Groovy Ghoulies, if you guys are old enough to remember the cartoon, I am barely. Cut an album on RCA, and Chicka-boom was on that. Clock crawling towards 2:30 in the morning here, so I best head out. Thank you for stopping and visiting me, Morton. Always good to have you. Renaissance. Anybody like Renaissance? Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I haven't heard any of Renaissance. Being that I am a Yardbirds fan, I want that first album. I have yet to come across the first album with Keith Relf and Jim McCurry. I need to find that album. But we have here good old Novella. All right, you got a nice little, these were a buck a piece. Not too shabby. I have another Renaissance. Let's see if I can dig that up. Where is it? There it is. And I don't know how to pronounce this. Scheherazade. Scheherazade and Other Stories. Say that 5 times fast when you're drunk. But yeah, so kind of cool on this too. This one here is in a nice little, right? A little hard to get this one out. That's what she said. On Sire. What in the holy hell? Why is it so tight? That's what he said. Shouldn't even be this tight. Also, that's what he said. But, so I found that, like I said, and then I got a couple more. I appreciate you guys listening, being here. Like I said, is there something else going on? Is there an auction? Is there I try to do this when there's nobody else on, but you know what? I realize that it is impossible. Scheherazade. Oh, thanks. I don't know. Mike, I'm here. Mike, we need to talk. Privately, okay? You know my email, right? All small case, psyko_dj@yahoo.com. Mike, can you drop me an email maybe in the next 2 to 3 days? All right, and I'll communicate with you that way. I don't want to air it out here. That's all I'm saying, okay, please? Yeah, Mike, woo, that's right. All right, so, Mike, I don't want to air it out here, okay? That's not my job. You know how I am. I don't air out dirty laundry, okay? I just don't, because other channels do that, and I'm not other channels. All right, 3 left on the fines. My first Nick Lowe that I found in the wild. How about that? Blockhead, are you still around? here's the Nick Lowe. Rose of England. Here's the back. I like Nick Lowe. I like all of Rockpile. Nick Lowe, Dave Edmonds. Yeah. Very nice. Very nice and minty, actually. But never come across Nick Lowe. This one here from the 60s, I was really surprised. Yeah, see? Yeah, my first one I've ever found out in the wild. Now, I've found a couple Dave Edmonds, which I love that stuff too. What was it? I found Information and another one. 7A is actually reissuing some of David Edmonds' catalog. I'm not sure why, but whatever. I mean, I don't know why they're doing that. But Dave Baby Cortez on Clock, of course, the Happy Organ. If you're a oldies radio listener, you're going to know what that is. Now, Doug alerted to me that this is not the original label, but it is a early repress. So, still glad to have it. Very, very nice. Saw Nick Lowe and the Chaps. Yeah, Chaps. Open for the Cars in '82. Oh, that would have been a fun one. Now, let me think about this. That would have been the Shake It Up tour for the Cars, right? Yeah. You know what? I got to tell you something. Maybe you can shine a light on something for me, John. I have heard a lot of different stories over the years that the Cars were pretty boring on stage. Not much stage presence. Pretty wooden, if you will. Like they played the music exactly like you heard on the records, which whatever, but I mean, if that's true, just let me know in the comments. All right. Last one. Yeah, last one. Never saw this one before, but I've heard the band. Yeah, talented musicians here. Dixie Dregs, What If? Like I said, never seen this. As you can see, ring wearing, unfortunately. And here's the back. And of course, your people on here, Andy West and Mark Parrish, Rod Morgenstern, who, of course, he would go to Winger. Yeah, go figure. Go from Dixie Dregs to Winger. Steve Morse. Yes. Go from this to Kansas. Deep Purple for many, many years. I hope Steve's wife is okay. And Alan Sloan on strings. Now, this one here is on, is there a special sleeve? Nope, just a basic sleeve. On Capricorn. So, very, very cool stuff indeed. That was my vinyl finds pretty much. Let's see. Got that. Dixie Dregs. Yeah, see. What's that? I think somewhere in the collection I've got the one where they're jumping out of the airplane. That cover. Yes, Steve Morse and the Dregs. That is tremendous. Oh, good, good. I haven't had a chance to listen to it, John. I can't wait to listen to it. Oh, man. Oh, man. So, yeah, I guess I ran through everything, didn't I? I have a friend of mine up in Illinois who found a really cool DVD find, if you will. It was from '97. Yeah, yeah. I'm not even going to try to do this shit and that. I give up. Anywho, so but yeah, so lots of different goofy things. But my friend Scott, though, he's going to he's going to burn me a DVD. He got it was out in 1997, a Badfinger documentary. So it's a little dated, but there's a lot of music videos and stuff. And it was official. It was an official DVD. And I'm like, he found it at Goodwill for like $2 something. Could not damn believe it. Oh, I didn't know they were going to divide it. I guess that would kind of make sense, wouldn't it? I'm glad it's out. Now I got to put that on the list too. Hang on a minute. Right under Flash Fearless and the Zorg Women. Laurel and Hardy. Year 1. I'm assuming we're speaking of the Silence, right? The year 1 of the Silence. Sorry, hang on a minute. Thank you. Okay, that'll be something to look forward to. I really... Sorry, hang on. I'm not trying to be rude or impolite. I'm selling it for my girlfriend. I'm selling her freezer, and she does not have Facebook, so... Sorry, guys. I wish I had on hold music. Tomorrow. And said could be there Friday with money if all goes well. This is good news for her. I'm sorry, guys. I really am. Forgive me. I love her. I do. She's going through a lot of health stuff too. It's Flicker Alley, so you know it must be good. Oh, is it okay? I'm going to be a moron. Is that a brand name of the like Shop Factory and stuff like that? It's okay, Polly. It's okay. Ricky, I want to go to the club tonight. Shut up, Lucy, you whore. You got a lot of splaining to do. Call Fred and Ethel. We're going to do wipe swap. Hey, Fred. That was horrible. That was horrible, wasn't it? Okay, that you produced the set like Kino. Okay, I get it. Thank you. So you know what? I hate doing this, but I'm just letting you guys know this, okay? I'm not like Rachel. I'm not like Bobby Gass. But sometime in the next 7-8 days, I will be starting Snoopy, that's right. That's who's on the mug. Hang on, Snoopy. Snoopy, hang. I know that's not what it is. I'm teasing. So, but I think I'm going to have a GoFundMe. Now, the reason why, though, for me is because, and I'm not going to lie to any of you people, I am only going to be getting 60% disability pay if it all goes through right. I have had to deal with lots of telephone nonsense. And everyone on every side of the fence says, oh yeah, the paperwork will be there. So that there'll be a uninterrupted, income stream. But unfortunately, and I do have some money saved, but I'm scared. I am a little scared, okay? So I am going to put up a GoFundMe for maybe 6 weeks. And then probably my next live stream, I'll have it up. And it's not donos or whatever. It's just, it's a tough economy. It's 2023. I understand if you can't contribute, and that's fine by me. You contribute by being here, and that's what's important. But I guess, I have no pride left, guys. I've been married 3 times. I've had 5 kids, 9 grands. By the way, 10th grandchild, looks like we are heading in the right direction. We are heading in the right direction. It is not official yet, but if everything goes well, we're looking at March. Yeah, no kidding. Don't get me wrong. I don't know what to think about Bobby. I have no issue with Bobby. I stayed out of that whole Bobby Harry issue, because I don't understand Canada. Blame Canada. But, I can see how packages and shit can go. I've got something I'm waiting for, but I'm gonna tell you now. Do you guys like Mystery Science Theater 3000? Do you like Mystery MST3K or stuff like that? Because I contributed to the Kickstarter campaign a year and a half ago. Okay, we're talking a year and a half ago. And I got some rewards that are supposed to be coming that I paid for a year and a half ago. All right. Well, due to COVID, and the shipping bullshit back then. Supposedly, they were supposed to be shipped out finally. Now I get through an independent third-party shipper. I said shipper. So now they're saying that they might have fucked that up too. I better get my stuff, because if I don't get my stuff, because I paid for shipping too, and I understand, I don't, they just better show up, because this will be the last time I will ever donate to MST3K if they decide to do another season. But in a way, I hope they don't. I'm sorry. I love the old stuff, but it kind of was a little diluted this season. And if you haven't seen this season, I think, at least as of a couple weeks ago, some episodes are on Pluto TV, the season 13 we're talking. But one of the rewards I got was a coffee mug that looks like the asteroid that says Mystery Science Theater 3000. It's shaped like that. Yes, I hope so too, because, I'm a little scared. I know that's stupid, right? I'm a little scared. But like I said, I know you got here late. My first heart test went well. We had to do second heart test today. I have no issue with Bobby, but for whatever reason, he decided he just started hating me for no reason, or because Williams told him so. Oh, I just figured, you know what? I don't know, whatever. Like I said, I stay out of all that shit. Hey, there you go. King's Chronicles, that's an excellent record. Yeah, I would rather, I understand where you get with the comp stuff, but sometimes if you're not in love with a band, and you're not a completist, comps are the way to go. But if you, like for me, Beatles, Monkees, Badfinger, Kiss, Stones to a degree, Yardbirds. There's a lot more. Sabbath. I like the comps that are various singles of the era and they're not hits. I would love to find a shit ton of those 45s. I would like to find a decent bubblegum comp. Not just the hits, I want to hear some of the misses. Oh, Big Red Ball. I'm an idiot. What's Big Red Ball? I think I did too, to be honest with you. You know what? I fired back with, you want it? Here it is. Come and get it. See, no matter what, they're gonna do. Oh, see, I should be ashamed, but I'm not. Yes, we were talking about that earlier, John. Angry. I heard Angry today on the radio. I like it. There were wonderful. Yeah. Oh. Okay. I just didn't know that. I've never seen the Big Red Ball one. I've heard some of those Lost Leaders, and there is some great stuff. And even some of those Lost Leaders back then had previously unreleased stuff that got put on the Lost Leaders, and I'm like, one of them, and I gotta get it. I do not know. Maybe one of you in the VC might know. Excuse me. No, I'm not sick. But there's a song, and it's Jan Berry from Jan and Dean. Okay, so this is 1968, 69. All right, and Jan Berry cut a song called Laurel and Hardy. It landed on a Warner Lost Leader. It was supposed to go on as a 45. They shelved it. Now I know you're asking me, well, why the hell do you want this? Well, okay, Dean supposedly is in the background vocals, but Davy Jones is too, from the Monkees, okay? So you got Janet, Dean, and Davy on Laurel and Hardy. But it's only, I don't know, maybe they might have put it on a CD comp since then, but it was on a Warner Loss Leader. I know that, but I don't remember which one. But I got to get that one just for that. And then there's a Loss Leader that actually had, it was Kiss's first appearance. Before that first album came out, they got one track. One track. But yeah, I think I've heard some unreleased Zappa. I think maybe some unreleased Little Feat. And other people, just bands I never heard of on those Loss Leaders. I mean, if I would have bought every one of them back in the day, I would have said, what was it, $2? $2, I think just throw $2 and then the order form. I would have done that for every one of those. Because, you know, I wish every label did that back then. I don't know if any other label did it other than the Warner Reprise family, or is it Reprise? I don't know. I call it Reprise. It's probably Reprise. Yeah, $2. And you know, $2 for 2 albums. Yeah, exactly. And that, to me, that's best bang for the buck. Damn it. Oh, man. I love you guys. You know that? You are my second or third family. I get confused. I get confused. This guy gets confused. Guys, it's going to get rough. And it's not the way your mother, just the way your mother likes it, Trebek. It's not going to be like, I garfunkeled your mother last night. Anyways, it is going to be a rough couple months coming up. Some people are going to try to do some bullshit. Don't fall for it. That's all I'm saying. Don't fall for it. Do the best you can to resist. I know, right? How much more is there? Are they? I could have sworn that, I don't know if it was Gail Zappa before she died, somebody in the Zappa camp said that they had enough for 5 to 10 years of releases. I'm like, my God. And I thought Jimi Hendrix went off and had, and you know how many albums they put after his death, for God's sakes. The question is, would Frank want any of this? Probably Jimmy would felt the same thing. By the way, today is the 53rd anniversary of Jimmy's last concert. The Peace and Love Festival out in Germany, which I heard was not really peace and love, and there was a riot. Yeah. What a way for Jimmy to end before he got murdered. But yeah, Zappa. Give me your dirty love. Tina Turner and the Ikettes sing background through, I think, most of Overnight Sensation, most of the record. So there you go. You got, and Ike's there too. He's in the studio, so it's like, so you got Zappa and Tina Turner. How about them apples? And you know what? But here's the thing, though, John. I think, and tell me if I'm wrong, that I think they finally don't have any more studio stuff. I think they scraped that barrel clean. So now all that's left is live, I think. John Sebastian, the Red Eye Express, Beach Boys, The Whole World, Norman Greenbaum, Jubilee, Van Morrison, Caravan, Pentangle, Sally Go Round the Roses. That's an excellent list there. But yeah, so when you start getting to a point where, you know, you're exhausting your resources, there's only so many ways you can repackage an artist. So that's cool. Like I said, that's just a few. Yeah, and there's lots of cool stuff. That's right, Wildman Fisher. Wildman Fisher, if I remember correctly, 1968, 69, if I remember right. He had that one album. Frank Zappa produced that. Frank Zappa. And then lo and behold, Wildman Fisher ends up, if I remember correctly, being the first Rhino Records release. That was the first 45 for Rhino. I used to love Rhino. I loved Rhino in the 80s and the 90s, okay? They were a kick-ass label run by kick-ass people. And then they went corporate. You still have cool people like Andrew Sandoval. I trust his work. Huh. Wow. But, I mean, you know, it's just fun, you know, it's fun stuff when you can find it. Yeah, then they went K-Tel. K-Tel. You know, there's only one album that I'm looking for. I know, this is weird. But if I remember correctly, I can't remember if it's K-Tel or Ronco. But in 1979, okay, so it's the 79 lineup of Badfinger. So you've got Tom and Joey, all right? And then I don't think Tony K was with them yet. I could be wrong about that. But for some reason, they were paid, I think it was like $5,000 to re-record Come and Get It for a K-Tel or Ronco comp. And I'm looking for that damn thing just because I love Badfinger so much. I don't know if I'd like that, white port and lemon cheers. Exactly. And you know what, John? I still do have a handful of anthology comps. Somewhere, oh geez, I've got the Bo Brummels anthology. That's a nice piece. I love their picture discs. Of course, I've got Monkey Business, but I'm not sure what version I've got. I'll have to look in the Dead Wax because but there's a difference between the 82 and the 86 releases. But speaking of Rhino Records, crossing fingers here, a week from Saturday, I'm going to go visit one of my haunts, one of my former honey hole haunts, you know. And the last time I was there, they had a Rhino picture disc that I wanted real bad. The price was a little bit much, but I may have some stuff to trade with this guy, so either I can get it for nothing or maybe $10. But it's Three Stooges. It's the Three Stooges picture disc. And I'm like, I mean, it's Mo, Larry, Curly, Joe, but I don't give a shit. I've wanted that for quite a while. Just like I want that Turtles. I would love to get that Turtles picture disc. I have never come across that. I think it's called 1968. And then I would love to get that turtle-shaped 45. I think it's shell-shocked. I would love to find either of those. Yeah. Rocky Rhino was kind of like that. Yes. Yeah, oh, really? I did not know that Bill Stout drew Rocky Rhino along with the TMOQ hog. You know, I'm going to tell you something. I never really came across many bootlegs in my life. The first bootleg I ever came across, if I remember correctly, the Beatles Shea the Good Old Days, which it wasn't Shea Stadium. It was a mimeographed cover. It was a alternate. That, my good man, stands for a trademark of quality, TMOQ. It was a big bootleg company. Boy, oh boy, you could do a deep dive on that by itself. Just like you could do a deep dive on a gentleman by the name of Richard Miner, one of the biggest bootleg dealers of the 70s and 80s. Yeah, boot TMOQ. But so show you the good old days. It had mimeograph cover. It was a alternate take of the butcher cover, which I'm like, how cool, you know, because I never saw that. It was black and white, you know, it wasn't color. Most boots were never in color. If you found back when I found them, if you found a colored bootleg, you're going to be paying more. And so I remember finding that, and I remember finding Cheap Trick Live at Budokan, but it was the complete, all right, the complete show. And then I ended up with a live Stray Cats bootleg that was on my birthday, 1982, September 27, 1982. Those are the first couple bootlegs I ever found. Stout's a cool artist. I burned one with good. See, there you go. I bet he was an interesting guy. But yeah, I mean, just how they would deep dive and pull up, and the anthologies you'd have your singles, but your album tracks, unreleased, live, demos. I'm like, Monkey Business, like I said, that Monkey's Picture Disc, that's some nice stuff. I'm still looking for Monkey Mania, that 1979 Australian double album. I so want that. And I mean, I already have, you know, the stuff that's on it, but that's where it originally started. But it's a nice comp from Australia. I think they did a great job. Talk about illustrations that Jack Davis from the old days of Mad had his work on everything. Magazines covers, album covers, movie posters, book covers. He was everywhere from the 50s to about the 80s. Well, when you're in demand, everyone wants you. Everybody wants you. Yeah, so I've got a few favorite artists. I've always liked Frazetta. Okay, I've always liked Frazetta. I liked Ken Kelly. He's dead too. For album covers. The other, like, okay, I love Molly Hatchet, at least the original Molly Hatchet. Not now. But the covers, those covers were badass. And the reason why Frazetta, Molly Hatchet didn't, like I think Frazetta originally would lend the paintings for like a small fee, but then he started seeing how his paintings were selling these album covers, and I can't remember how much he started charging. That's why nobody used Frazetta anymore. Oh, that's cool. Yes, 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 yes. See, like I said, tying back in to my Nick Lowe vinyl find, this is the only one I've ever found. I do have Rockpile. Rockpile is an excellent record. I also like on Campuchia, Concert for Campuchia, that whole double album is great. I really damn wish that they could put an expanded edition, but yes, I understand that because of so many different labels, the artists crisscross, you know, 1980. I mean, I'm glad I got my double album, but I liked Rockpile with Robert Plant's little sister. That is a good one too. Drew posters for Rock and Roll High School, Wizards, and Return of the Living Dead. He designed a dinosaur for Jurassic Park. Good God, I didn't know that. That's cool. That is badass. That is. Yeah. Pure Pop for New People. I've heard of that. I just don't have it. I was mentioning before that I got a couple. I have a couple Dave Edmunds solo releases. I like Dave Edmunds. You know, I remember when I picked up Information. I was playing that son of a bitch for like. That was on my turntable for at least a couple weeks because I like that one. Yeah, Jurassic World. Question for the group. I haven't seen the last 3 Jurassic Park films. Would it be worth my time to watch/buy them if cheap enough? I'm not going to lie to you. I've only ever seen the first one. And that was enough for me. For some reason, it really didn't grab my interest. It's just like how I don't really care for Godzilla. Now, I know I say that because I belong to the cult of the Blue Oyster, but I'm just not a big Godzilla fan. I tried. I've seen the original with Raymond Burr. I've seen a couple other ones when I was a kid, and they'd be on Channel 44 on Sundays in Chicago. Excuse me. Overkill. I don't have anything from them either. Go ask Ron Haggerty, though. He's a big fan of Overkill. Or are we talking the Men at Work song? See what I did there? Yeah. Men at Work. Our channels only went up to 12 in the 50s and 60s. Well, okay, so remember, all right, early to mid-70s. Here I am. I'm in front of the black and white TV set because we didn't get a color set till like 1980. So black and white television set, right? At least I don't remember having color before 80. And you just, maybe we did. I don't know. Needless to say. So in Chicagoland, you had Channel 2, that was your CBS. Channel 5 was WMAQ, that's NBC. Channel 7 was WLS, that was your ABC. Channel 9 was, of course, WGN before it was a superstation. Channel 11 was WTTW, which stood for Window to the World. That was your PBS station. That's how I got to see Doctor Who and Monty Python and all that stuff. Okay, so that's 2 through 11, and then it would stop unless you were lucky enough, and you'd have to turn your antenna the right way. You barely could get Channel 13. I think it was Channel 13 out of Milwaukee. I'm not sure. But so then UHF, you had Channel 26, which back then was Hispanic, if I remember correctly, in the 70s. It turned into the U, which, of course, if you're in Chicagoland, you get to see Svengoolie again and all that other stuff. So 26, Channel 32, WFLD TV, Channel 44, WSNS, and Channel 56, Channel 50, and Channel 60. So we had 10 channels of TV to be able to watch in Chicagoland. Yeah, excellent Weird Al movie. All the channels were Boston, Providence, or Hartford. Yeah, there you go. 13 WREX, 23 and 17. And of course, when I ended up living in Harvard, Illinois, from the 90s on, I was able to get the Rockford channels, no problem. Some of the TV staff knew me. I won't explain why right now. Too long of a story. Never saw Svengoolie, not even sure what it was. Guess that was mostly a city show. Well, I'm trying to remember who the hell was in Boston or Providence for a horror host. No, it was a show. Although, guess what? He's now a comic book. He is officially part of the DC canon. Yeah. Svengoolie is technically DC canon. Never would have thought that would happen. But yeah, issue number 1 sold out. Nobody's got it. I'd love to have a Sven number 1, but obviously sold out, and I ain't paying eBay prices. And then number 2 will be coming soon. I said number 2. All right, guys. You know what? I'm going to get off of here, and I want everybody to have a good rest of the day. Like I said, coming this weekend, will be the episode 20 of Jukebox from Hell, Blue Oyster Cult's Imaginos, and then Jukebox will be on a 6 to 8 week break before we start season 3. And let's see, we had Salty Brine, oh my, who played in all the late afternoon. Oh, okay, yeah, and Captain Bob. OTV and antennas would spook out, but people found real cool getting stations from far away. I'd live in Ohio, sometimes get, well, yeah, I call it skip, like a radio, like in the radio, you know, skip, radio skip, so TV skip. John, I'm in your category right now. I'm just about almost done reviewing the album. I have been pleasantly surprised with this LP, and I'll be bringing. I'll mention to you guys, like I'm going to mention in the show. There is too much information for once on an LP. There's no way that I mean, if somebody is really wanting to really deep dive into this album, there'll be a couple. Maybe I'll post a couple articles or something that people can dive into for the true story of Imaginos. Or, Imaginos isn't a true story, but I mean the behind the scenes you see, and then you guys can read it at your own leisure if you even choose to. But that they got kicked off Columbia Records after being with them for just about 18 years. That's insulting. Yeah, radio skip. We would sometimes get WKBW in Buffalo. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people in the country in the 50s, 60s, and 70s could pick up WLS. Like 2/3 of the United States could pick up WLS or Super CFL, AM 1000. Out of Chicago for both of them. I remember at Harvard, once in a while, I could pick up, but it'd have to be like after midnight. And it seemed to work better when it was cold. Okay. I picked up CHUM, Chum Radio, out of Canada before they changed format. They were still an oldies station, and I loved it. They played some Canadian stuff I never heard of before. I could pick up the CBC. Yeah, CBC, straight out of my kitchen radio at times. But it would have to be after midnight, and I'd pick it up. And then sometimes, so I would work in southern Wisconsin, and I had better chances. And when I would work the guard shack, I would turn on the radio, and I picked up CBC, but it was Randy Bachman's radio show that he had for a while. And I'm like, oh, wow. So, it happened to come on a time where there really was nothing else on the radio to listen to. So getting to hear Randy explain stories, I thought that was actually an awesome radio show. He would talk about personal stories with Guess Who or BTO or whatever, and I like that show. I do. I was too far stuck up southern New England. I do remember in the late 70s being at my mom's for the holiday. WAAF playing the Beatles year-end messages. That's fun. All right. So I want everybody to have a really good week, okay? I guess from what the girlfriend told me, there's another hurricane coming, and so maybe we're going to get some. We are going to get, like tomorrow and Friday, it's going to be 90 again, but then we're going to get into the low 80s for the rest of the week, and I will be very happy about that. Hurricane Lee is what I'm hearing. Yes. Please and thank you. And then, like I said, guys, I will next episode probably. Yeah, the 50,000 waters were kick ass. And you know what? If you live in the South, like Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, all the way to Cali, you could get those Mexican stations, XERF, Wolfman Jack. I think they were like 250,000 watts or something. One wrong move and it would burn the whole damn thing down. I'm like, shit. That's Mexican radios for you. Or like the ZZ Top goes, I heard it on the X. Yeah. But, so yeah, next episode though, guys, we'll talk about whatever current stuff there is, maybe new releases and such. I think I've got some other things we could talk about too. And then, like I said, no offense, I'll probably, by the next broadcast, I'll have a GoFundMe page for the next, I'll say 8 weeks. And anybody that could contribute anything at that time will be great. And if you can't, that's okay too. I understand. Like I said, the economy sucks. We all are feeling it this time around. It's a lot different than the one that the last one from 15 years ago. That was fucking awful too. Yeah, that's how he got his break. I love Wolfman Jack. Yeah. It's Wolfman Jack. Clap for the Wolfman. Of course, obviously, I knew him from Midnight Special and American Graffiti, but because I don't recall in Chicago, because I know that he did a syndicated show, Wolfman did, and I don't think any Chicago station picked it up, to my knowledge, anyway. I mean, I remember hearing Casey Kasem's show in Chicago, you know. I'm trying to remember if there was anybody else. Westwood One sometimes, okay, there was a station that did King Biscuit Flower Hour. If I remember correctly, it was WXRT in the early days did King Biscuit, and I thought that was pretty damn cool. I only have one King Biscuit album in my collection from the radio station, King Biscuit. It was one side was Cars. The other side was April Wine. How about them apples? But, I mean, a lot of those King Biscuit record albums are very collectible because they're from gigs that never got released. So, really fun stuff. When I was sick a few weeks ago, oh boy, yeah. Wolfman Jack, yeah. Well, hopefully you're feeling better. I hope everybody's feeling better because, you know, I'm not even going to say about it, but just take care of yourselves, okay? Do the best you can with what you got, all right? Tell your loved ones every day you love them. Give them at least "I love you," a hug or a kiss, or if you're really love them and you know they're your whatever, be intimate and other things. But just because. To paraphrase the Grateful Dead, we're going to hell in a bucket, but we're not enjoying the ride. Yeah. Wolfman Jack. KBFH have some great albums. A Robin Trower one is like, oh, nice. Trower is very underrated, I do think, and so is Deep Purple. I have not heard that new Deep Purple. Well, I mean, it's not so new now, but I heard they're keeping the guy that was the tech for Steve Morse. We had Uncle Gus in Boston, a Romper. You know what? Romper Room, we had one too. I don't know if it was a Chicago version of Romper Room. You know, I waited 3 damn years for them to call my name out in that mirror. So help me, 3 years. All right. I love you guys. I do. Seriously. Just be good to yourselves. All right. And I will definitely do at least one more live show before I go under the knife and all that other fun stuff. So and then, like I said, one more jukebox and probably one more live show, and then I'll be gone for a little while. It takes a lot of wind and a lot of vocal cords to do. Yeah. Yes. Like I said, everybody take care of yourselves. God bless Rock On. Always proud by coffee each and every time. Believe me, if I didn't have coffee, I wouldn't be this off the wall and jittery. Yes, I am going to get my knee. I'm getting a total knee replacement, and I had to go through a lot of hoops to get to it. So I will finally have a new titanium knee by the end of September 21st. All right. I love you guys. Take care. Have a good night.